All right, in this video we are going to talk a little bit about a 24-hour kind of minimalist overnight kit for ultralight backpacking, but it's not a kit that is going to be just usable in, mild weather. It's not a kit for a Georgia summer. I live in the mountains and it's entirely suitable as a summer kit in mountain environments. As an example of how to use this kit, I'm using a small volume pack right there, and I'll talk quite a bit more about that pack in this video. It's the Katabatic's Nanu X25. We talk a lot about safety, comfort, and confidence of backpacking light. And in the context of carrying a kit that is this small in kind of shaky weather, we've got a storm rolling in right now. It's a little chilly. It's been raining. It's overcast. And a kit like this that's dialed in to withstand inclement weather needs to be pretty carefully chosen. But more important than the gear is that the user's skills need to be dialed in so they can deal with some of these challenges with a minimalist kit. There is a lot of criticism for the ultralight backpacking community as being reckless or unsafe, and a lot of that has nothing to do with the gear, but a lot to do with the skills of the user. So I really encourage you to hone in on your skills, develop them, practice them, especially with ultralight gear that does need more care and attention in inclement weather, so that you can have the confidence then to take a kit like this into the mountains and enjoy nature in all its glory while carrying a tiny little pack like that. The Katabatic's Nanu X25 is a traditional 3-pocket through hiking style backpack. So there are 2 elastic side pockets, 1 elastic rear pocket, and a roll top closure. So this gives you some options for organization that you don't normally see in some other day packs. And then back here, there's a zippered pocket that gives you access to some essentials. So I have a small first aid kit in there, and I can put my phone and car keys in there. Okay, so here's that zippered pocket I mentioned where I keep my wallet and keys and first aid supplies. My inReach goes in the shoulder pocket. In one of the side pockets, I have a hat, gloves, and my mosquito repellent and head net. In the other side pocket, I keep some of my other essentials. These are navigation supplies, foot balm, chapstick, and sunscreen. And then in the rear pocket, I have my water bottle. I keep Aqua Myra in this side pocket as well, and my toilet kit. So the rest of the gear stays in the main compartment of the pack, and it holds everything I need. So let's take a look at that. Okay, here's all my gear for a minimalist kit, and we'll see if it fits in here. First thing is a 40-degree down quilt. There's a pillow in that sack as well. This is the rest of my sleeping gear, so it includes a fairly thick sleeping pad, as well as a ground cloth and stakes for my shelter. And I have those packed in Hyperlight mountain gear pods to make organization a little easier. This is my storm clothes. I'm wearing some of them right now, obviously. The rest of them includes a puffy jacket, rain pants, rain mitts, and long underwear for nighttime. I have a shelter. This is a Z-Packs Hexamid. I'm bringing an MSR Pocket Rocket based cook kit and a Vargo bot, a can of fuel, and then 2,000 calories worth of food, which is plenty for an overnighter. So the food that I'm not using on the trail goes inside the pack, and the food that I'm carrying for snacks during the day goes into an accessory pouch that I wear around my waist. And I will put a link to an article we wrote about accessory pouches in the description below. And so that's it. And I think the key to using a minimalist kit like this effectively is to keep the number of items you're packing to a minimum and tap into your skill set so that you can comfortably deal with conditions like this with very little gear. Let's talk about some technical features of the Atom Packs Nanu X25. This fabric is not a lightweight fabric. It is a 10.5 ounce per square yard cotton duck X-Pack fabric. The fabric ID from X-Pack is X10. In its next iteration that is available in 2022, it's called X11. It's a little bit heavier, 11.5 ounces per square yard, but is essentially the same fabric. The reason Atom Packs chose this fabric for this pack was to give it some structure. Small packs made with light fabrics that are then underpacked tend to be very floppy and carry weight poorly. So you've got a stiffened back panel here with a stiff piece of foam, and then this really heavy fabric that doesn't add a lot of weight to the pack. The pack still only weighs 600 grams, which is fine for a pack this size, but it adds a lot of structure. And they built this as a day pack and a commuter pack primarily. It has a padded laptop sleeve in it as well. So in that situation, if you're only carrying, your computer and a lunch and maybe a light jacket, the pack is going to be underpacked, and that heavy fabric allows it to have some body and structure to it when it is underpacked. Now, for minimalist backpacking like this, it's not as relevant, but you can rest assured that a heavy fabric like this is going to be very durable and last a long time. Now, I know you might be thinking it's cotton, and I hear you. Cotton absorbs water, and if you go ahead and zoom in on it, and if you see the pack in the rain right now, you can see that it is wetting out. Now, that doesn't mean that the contents inside the pack are getting wet. It just means that the outer cotton duck layer is wetting out. The only real disadvantage to this is that when the fabric wets out, it adds some weight to the pack, but in reality, it's only a couple of ounces because so little fabric is used in this pack. I don't see this as a big disadvantage. So X10 and X11 are part of the X3 family of fabrics from X-Pack. These are their 3-layer construction fabrics that have this woven fabric on the outside. In this case, it's this cotton duck. You have the X pattern, which are these polyester threads that are there for reinforcement and strength. And then you have the inner film layer, which provides the actual waterproofing. In terms of specs, these fabrics are very waterproof. They're waterproof to 200 plus PSI and incredibly tough. The X10, X11 family can withstand 1,750 abrasion cycles in the ASTM abrasion test. So if you compare this to some of the really light fabrics that are out there in the 4 to 5 ounce range, you're looking at 300 to 500 abrasion cycles. I'm carrying my InReach in the shoulder pocket. It is very stretchy. It easily holds a large smartphone. I have an iPhone XS, and that easily stretches inside the pocket and fits well. It does come with a sternum strap. I don't have it today, and you can add a hip belt to loops down at the bottom of the pack, and I don't have that with me today. The pack I'm wearing right now, even with my overnight kit and a day's worth of food, is only 8 to 10 pounds, so I didn't feel the need to bring the sternum strap or the hip belt along this time. And we've been talking a lot about backpacks lately. We have a new trailhead about backpacks. I'll link to that below. A trailhead is a curated gateway that goes into a lot of the questions people have about a particular topic, with links deep into the Backpacking Light website to our content on that topic. The second thing we've done recently is a members live stream Q&A. This was a video Q&A where I presented a 30-minute keynote about ultralight backpacks, design, materials, and use cases. And there's a recorded version for members on the website. I'll put a link to that as well. Okay, that's it, everybody. Hope you learned something about minimalist backpacking and learned something about the Atom Packs Nanu X25. Thanks for watching, everybody.